No. I vaguely remember seeing something about it, but like I'm just sitting here right now. Like, what? That's
yeah.
weird.
Look at.
Hey, how's it moving? Like, where's it getting the leverage to move that way? Look
yeah,
how
you're
fast
right.
Like it's getting dragged.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, how would it have the leverage to move that fast?
Look at the line. You can
Oh, you can see it.
Yes, you can see it.
Oh my God, it is. It's the cable.
Dude, I fell for that too.
But maybe that's how monkeys steal babies. Maybe they use monkeys to steal kids.
Oh,
that's even scarier, dude.
Wow.
Maybe they've trained monkeys to steal kids. Maybe that's what it is. And we just watched it.
Wow. No, the guys. Well, yeah.
Bro, or they're showing everyone how to do it. This is how we do it here.
That's totally possible.
We're going to show you how you do it. You should do it.
Well, can we agree that people steal kids?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
100%.
So if that's true.
I think it almost happened to me.
If people are so evil that they would steal kids, which is real,
Thank you.
then you don't think they would train monkeys to help them? What, are you crazy? Of course they would. That's terrifying. Not only did the kid get stolen, the kid gets stolen by a monkey. And then, what's this one, Jerry?
I was looking for proof and I found a different video of almost the same thing happening.
A monkey stealing a baby?
These
people ran away.
And they ran away from the kid.
Oh, my God.
That's real right there.
Why did they run away? They ran away from that baby? That's so crazy.
Just trying to help
And then the mom came by, and the mom got the baby.
Look at he didn't let it go.
Oh, my God, he didn't want to.
Wait, pull it back to these kids.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Oh, maybe it was a bunch of kids.
Wait, now what?
Oh, it
they're
is
kids.
just little kids.
Yeah.
Still that boy. Run around. Run back, fella. Save that fucking baby, pussy.
Yeah, that was your sister.
Ew. Don't show me that again.
All right, so but isn't that society?
What do you think? How do you think you'd do if a monkey was trying to steal a baby? You think you'd fuck up a monkey?
Oh, dude, I'd go for him. I'd start kicking hard. I know he'd come after me though, but I wouldn't. I'd be in it too late. He might tear my ass apart, but now if it was a chimp, I don't know.
No, you can never.
If it was a chimp, I'd do a lot of this.
You'd have no chance against.
And then I'd lie.
But I wonder how much chance you'd have against a monkey.
I'd lie and say, "Hey man, I tried to help, but it's just I couldn't get in there."
Like I was looking at that monkey, I was like, "What would my strategy be?"
Well, play it back. Can you play it back?
Yeah, let me see that again.
I think I'd go straight if I had to try to kick him in the head.
monkey that's on the stairs. I think I'm punting that monkey. I think I'm gonna let that monkey feel it.
Yeah, I say kick him really hard in the head.
Yeah, I'm gonna shin.
Like, right, you can
I'm gonna shin
kick
that
him
monkey.
good, right in his head.
I'm gonna,
or in his gut. Bam!
I'm gonna power kick that monkey into another dimension. But I'm gonna be ready for that thing to bite my dick. Like that's not a little thing. That 35-pound animal or whatever the fuck it is has insane power,
and it's fearless.
It's fearless.
Of these.
So you gotta smash that
fearless.
You gotta smash that monkey. You gotta really put the boots to him.
And he also knows you don't have the power to fight it. Like,
well, what you gotta do really is grab him. You grab him by his back legs if you can,
or his tail.
You grab him. First of all, you kick him as hard as you can. But if you do get in a scramble with him, you try to pile drive him into the ground. That's what you try to do. You try to smash him into the ground as hard as you can. Like, that might be your only way out. It's going to be hard to do because he's going to recognize what you're doing. He's probably going to be able to twist and turn and stop a lot of the force. But if you could figure out a way to slam that monkey into the ground over and over again repeatedly, I think you'd break it eventually. But he'd be biting the fuck out of you.
That's a tough task. I'd go for the tail.
He'd be biting the fuck out of you. He would be jumping for your face. But you gotta beat the shit out of that monkey.
What about the tail?
The tail, the thing is, it's going to turn around and bite you. It's going to grab you. The way they can move, they move so much better than us. So you have to accept that this little thing is probably as strong as you.
I'm cocky right now. I'm confident. I'm gonna twirl.
I think those 35-pound monkeys are as strong as you and me.
I'll double hand them.
How strong is what is that? A rhesus monkey? What kind of monkey is that?
I don't know.
I think I'd get fucked up. I think I might be able to kill it. But I think I'm getting fucked up along the way. I'm getting clawed at. It's clawing at my eyes. It's trying to bite my face.
I don't think it would get to your face, though. That monkey, I don't think it get to Joe Rogan's face, I'm being honest with you.
You could be shocked at how fast and how strong a monkey is. And if you don't fucking move accordingly, if you don't stop it while it's happening, if you allow it to get a grip on you, you might be really fucked. It might get your jugular. Like, there's a video of this guy, there's this old man, and he's sitting there on the ground, and this monkey climbs on him. And he's like sort of accepting that this monkey's on him. And this monkey decides to scalp him. So this monkey just clamps down on his head and peels an enormous slice of skin off this guy's head.
What size monkey is this?
A small monkey. A monkey like that
what we
monkey.
just saw?
Exactly like that monkey. So what I'm trying to say is, I think you're in your head.
Yes.
You see this
Well, like
guy.
a plant.
Look at this guy. This is the same kind of monkey, right?
Okay.
This guy's sitting there and watch this monkey.
Oh, shit.
Your attention, please. It's Friday. I'm going to burn this place to the ground. Dayz State is taking corruption.
Yeah, my name is Rob. We're in Kensington, Philadelphia. North Philadelphia, to be exact, somewhat. It's known for a lot of drug use, crime, drug use, prostitution.
What are the most popular drugs here right now?
The trank, the dope, and the fentanyl. So, baby, it's doing them dirty, like bad. Like my mother's from down here. My mother used to do every drug in this book. Glad to say she's cleaned up everything. So for me, when I was a child, my mother was down here doing dope. She did not look like this. She had a couple track marks. She had a couple little sores and everything, but her limbs wasn't falling off. It was real bad. Like, you can smell them when he walk past. Like,
Do you guys believe addiction is a disease?
yes, it is.
Some people want to get off drugs, but they're so deep into it, they can't. No matter how hard they try, they've been doing it for so long, it becomes a part of them.
What do you think's the solution for someone who's that far in the lifestyle of drug addiction?
But my honest opinion, I don't think there's no solution. Then they're gonna do it till they die.
There's a fight right behind us. All right, that's it. You got it. That's it. That's it. You stealing? You can't steal. You can't steal. Da bing. No more. Get up. Go.
This is a typical day in Kensington, a neighborhood in Philadelphia. 400 to 800 people are on the streets here looking for their next high.
What's your name? Bud. How long you been out here?
Almost 4 years. I think it's crazy. For real.
When do you think you first started doing drugs?
I tried drugs when I was 18. I used heroin until I was 22. So in that period of time, you can kind of see when the writing's on the wall. You know, it's a spiral downward, and eventually it takes you to somewhere like this. Honestly, if I'm being truthful, I'm probably going to have to get arrested to stop. But when I do get arrested, it's at that point, you know, I'd like to move forward into sobriety. I've had 5 years clean, 2 years clean, a year and a half clean. Hi, Mom. I'm okay. Love you.
And if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God is raised from the dead, you'll be saved. We are all the same. We have all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. And like I said before, at the foot of the cross, there's no racism. There's no gender. There's no...
No gender?
There is no... Let me repeat that. There is gender, but there is no difference in salvation with respect to gender. If you're a man, you get saved. If you're a woman, you get saved. Let me tell you something. A man will not get to heaven if he's a and doesn't repent of his homosexuality.
Do you use any of the harm reduction services they offer out here?
Yeah, we use the needle exchange. Then with harm reduction, they offer like wound care.
What's going on with the wound on your leg, man?
So what it is it's a sore that's caused by an abscess.
How does that happen?
We're not really sure, to be honest. Most of us think it's the trank that does it.
The dangerous street drug component is officially called xylazine, nicknamed trank, as in tranquilizer. For people who use illicit drugs, it is an X factor, both unseen and possibly fatal.
City officials and the feds say trank is being mixed with opioids.
My name is Rosalind Pichardo, founder of Operation Save Our City. I work with families of homicide victims, and I'm a harm reductionist.
So what is xylazine?
So xylazine is like a tranquilizer, not made for human consumption. It's made for animals. It's used on mice. It's used on it's like a sedative that made it into the drug supply. I mean, it's been here for 6 years, but we're seeing it a lot more now.
A drug commonly used to sedate horses is now being linked to overdose deaths across the country.
Tranq was detected in 34% of all overdose deaths in 2021.
It's like a vasoconstrictor. It constricts your veins, and it just makes it hard to circulate. And then next thing you know, you got infection, you have amputation, you have rotting skin.
They say that, like, the filler is, like, really acidic. It's like when you get a cut, it's like almost like the acid tries to get out of your system, like through like the weak point or something in your veins, you know. So it's like these wounds, they don't heal, man. I've had this on my leg for like over a year, the same size, man.
Have you attempted to get any like health care for it?
Nothing official, you know, but I do take care of it. Clean gauze, soap water, Meta Honey.
So I have a lot of wound care supplies. I had a lot of magnitude of people that are here coming from all over the country to consume this stuff that's not made for human consumption. I would say 70% are not from here.
Marcus is a connoisseur of anything that's free. So he was happy to read the
70-80% are not from here.
I'm from Baltimore. I went to rehab like a month ago, and I ended up leaving with a girl that's from here, and been here ever since, and basically got stuck down here. I got a family back home in Baltimore with 3 kids, and it's just different, like totally different. We took a trip back one time and got the dope, and it does knock you down. So basically, I'm up here because this shit is fucking different. Like,
they come here because we have that good shit, you know. They come here because we got that good drug.
This is wild, bro. I've never seen something like this shit ever in my life. Like Baltimore's ran by the gangs and shit. Like, Tranq ain't even hit Baltimore yet. Like, I'm telling you, when it hits Baltimore, that shit's about to be a war zone because nothing else gonna get anybody high.
What's going on with your right arm here, man?
And somebody missed, and I ended up getting a blood infection, and I was septic. Like, last week, I was in ICU for 4 days.
Do you know what might have caused it?
Tranq and coke.
What about you, man?
Well, look, my voice is mangled because when I was getting hit, somebody was hitting me, they hit my voice box. Or I think, I mean, that's what they say, but I'm going on like 3 weeks. Tranq is nasty shit. It's an animal tranquilizer that was used on horses. You can look around and see and go, ooh, ooh, ooh. But ultimately, it's not that person's fault. Take the fucking Tranq away. My fucking leg is horrible. I'm embarrassed by it. I wash, clean, put antibiotic fucking ointment on it, wrap it every day. Every time I can, I'm in that shower. This has been here for 5 fucking months.
The flesh-eating condition caused by Tranq is referred to as necrotizing fasciitis. This condition was mentioned briefly during my visit to a harm reduction facility in San Francisco.
Necrotizing fasciitis, which is a flesh-eating disease.
But I wanted to learn more about what's actually going on beneath the skin when you see these types of lesions. So I found a dermatologist named Dr. Cartwright to help break it down.
Sure, I'm Martina Cartwright. I'm the Vice President of Medical Affairs for a small dermatology company. Xylazine is not an opioid. It's actually an anesthetic meant for horses and other large animals. So necrotizing fasciitis is just a name for dead tissue. It causes death of the fascia, which is right underneath the skin surface, and it can even go deeper than that. So what you're seeing, that blackened tissue, again, is dead tissue, and below that is a harbored infection.
Now, how long after injecting Tranq would it take for this condition to set in?
It's hard to say, but it oftentimes only takes a few days. Treatment is very complicated. You have to get the individual into the hospital right away to receive IV antibiotics. They also have to debride that wound, which means you take off the dead layers of skin and tissue. And sometimes that can go as deep as the bone. If they don't get the immediate treatment, it will spread and oftentimes cause a systemic infection called sepsis. Sepsis is a systemic infection that affects all the organs. So it's characterized by low blood pressure, rapid heart rate, increased temperature, and high white blood cell count. And it often has a very high death rate.
What is the death rate?
It's over 50%.
Is there any type of treatment for sepsis?
Amputation is the only treatment. They're not getting enough blood flow and nutrients to the area where the tissue has died, and it just keeps spreading. You can think of it almost like water spreading in a puddle. It goes from one small place, and then it spreads throughout the limb. And if they don't seek treatment to get that blood flow back in there, they're going to lose their limb.
Once the symptoms have progressed beyond their initial stage, which is marked by dramatic inflammation of the affected limb, the skin begins to corrode. After that, the only real option is amputation, which in America costs $45,000 without insurance. So it's not uncommon in Kensington for tranq addicts to chop off their own limbs to stop the disease from progressing onto their internal organs. Now, I can genuinely say that in all my years reporting, I have never seen something this horrifying. And on a human level, I was struck with a piercing sense of anger and genuine frustration that there was actually someone out there, probably in plain sight, making a killing, selling tranq in Philadelphia. An evil drug, slowly killing thousands of people in real time, who even if they miraculously get clean, will never recover from the damage it does to their body. All in the name of profit, because I guess fentanyl just wasn't enough to pay the bills. Still, it's my job as a journalist to speak to everyone. So I asked around. Does anybody know where this stuff comes from? I was told that at the top of the supply chain, almost all of Philadelphia's tranq is created by a tight-knit pair of two brothers who've achieved a monopoly on the flow of xylazine in and out of Philadelphia after Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro made it temporarily illegal 6 months ago for veterinarians to prescribe or even possess xylazine.
Governor Shapiro is taking aggressive action to stop the spread of xylazine, also known as tranq, directing the State Department of Health to list it as a Schedule III narcotic.
The tranq brothers agreed to meet with me, but wouldn't give me an exact address. They first told me to go to the parking lot of Max's Cheesesteaks in North Philly. From there, they gave me walking directions to the stash house, where the door was left wide open for me to enter. There I was, with the Walter White and Jesse Pinkman of tranq.
This is the Kensington finest. They love it. There's a lot going on. A little bit of dope, a little bit of tranq, a little bit of fentanyl. This should be about like 50 grams right here. This is good for about like $2,000, between $2,000 and $4,000. You know, it don't cost that much neither. It don't cost that much.
I'm sure you've seen a lot of people who've died from overdoses from this stuff.
Yeah.
Molly Couchenberger was just 30 years old when an overdose claimed her life. Ron says a dangerous veterinary tranquilizer was to blame.
We saw that she had fentanyl and xylazine in her system.
Do you feel any sense of, responsibility?
Yeah, I feel bad. They can't spend no more money with me. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, what is tranq?
Tranq is a liquid paste. It's like a restricted laws around it, but it's already put together as we speak now. I gotta put it into like a blender and really get it down to a powder form so I can get all my work from it, get it done, get it on the streets, and do what you gotta do.
I saw online that it kind of originated as like a veterinary thing, right?
Yeah. So when you get your hands on it at first, it's not really breaking the law until you really put it together.
Is there like a kind of dirty veterinarian involved somewhere along the way?
Yeah, plenty of them. You know, it don't cost that much either.
He's right. For a licensed veterinarian, a bottle of xylazine, capable of doubling the strength of an ounce of fentanyl, costs only $33. Is there a limit to how much you can get at one time?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes.
What is that limit?
So an average bottle, I'd say you probably get about like 4 or 5 average, 4 or 5 bottles. Okay.
How much is each bottle?
So average between, I'd say 300 to 700. You can come to 1,000 if the person really stingy on what you know what's going on.
And it's typically veterinarians.
Yeah. Well, no. He's the first guy, but we talk to the 4th, 5th, 6th guy. I don't go right to the farms and get it, you know. I got some people that make runs. I don't really make runs myself. But I make sure I pay them very well to get what I need. You do what you gotta do. I need y'all to get it here. I can't get it myself.
Do you have any of the bottles with you?
See that water right there? Yeah. That's that money right there. See my guy in.
Do you kind of moderate how much you put into the fentanyl packets?
Yes. You got to. You don't want to kill them. You want them to enjoy themselves. We don't want to kill them.
You think Trank's like a pretty enjoyable experience?
Yeah.
It causes an anesthetic effect, so lower heart rate, a sense of calming. It almost rivals that of heroin.
Interesting.
And they don't go through harsh withdrawals.
What does Trank feel like?
Trank makes me feel like I'm asleep. Honestly, it's kind of like the Dayz. I'm from like the heroin days. You know, I'm in it for the rush. You know, the euphoric rush from the drugs. Trank really doesn't offer that, but what it does offer is a cheap nod.
How much is a single dose of Trank?
A single dose of Trank, like in a big bag form?
Yeah.
$10, $5 to $10.
Oh, $5 for a bag of fentanyl mixed with a tranquilizer.
How many do you think you sell a day?
Hundreds of thousands.
From a distribution standpoint, the Trank brothers supply between 15 to 20 blocks in Philadelphia every day with their own bundles of Trank. They estimate that each block alone sells 10,000 doses.
So if a block come in 100 bundles, and there's 14 bags in a bundle, there's about 10,000 packets.
This economy generates $500,000 every day. But as we saw, costs many customers their lives and limbs. Or have you seen the effects of it on people's body?
Yes, it's just like that. And it's not good. Normally, if you do it the right way, it won't happen like that. But if you miss, it will tear your ass off.
Do you feel any sense of responsibility for that?
No responsibility.
How come?
Because I'm not the one that's giving it to them directly.
So you have other people that work for you?
Yes, I do.
How many people do you think work under you?
50 average.
What's their average age typically?
Average age, teenagers, dealers, teenagers, older people, yeah, sometimes, but they won't be the drug addicts.
So you have some protection on you here.
Got to, all the time. Glocks, Smith & Wessons, whatever you get your hands on. The Glocks are favorite. They are very, very reliable. There's a lot of robbers. Everybody can't get their hands on this stuff.
Why is it so hard to get this stuff?
Why? Yeah. Because we stingy. You're not going to show everybody. You don't want everybody getting our money. So when you see people that got blocks that's doing real good numbers, they like to rob the hustlers. And when they rob the hustlers, they messing with me. And therefore, I got to take care of them.
How do you take care of stuff?
Normally that.
You ever shot anybody before?
Yes, sir.
How was that experience?
I don't know. I don't remember.
How'd you first start doing this?
Friends, already, little guys, seeing that they like it better than dope.
How would you describe your upbringing in general?
Regular.
Listen, if you're trying to regain your natural hair color, you need to consider this fire.
Crazy. Regular poverty.
How about your home life?
Regular. Wasn't enough.
How old were you think when you first started to just figure you didn't want to work a regular job?
Never worked a regular job.
Really? Not even for one shift at Starbucks? How long have you been doing this for?
I'd say about 10 years.
How do you feel about what's going on in K&A?
K&A? I'm not really too far from that area, but I know my stuff was over there, and they were loving it, Some people got dope, some people got dope with Trank, some people got dope with fentanyl, so those who use their hands on.
I forgot to mention, Trank prices are kept fixed by the cartel. The original crooked veterinarian at the top of the supply chain doesn't sell to the Trank brothers or anyone directly. They sell wholesale to a broker who works for a Mexican drug cartel. What are those guys like?
Sturdy, very sturdy.
concentrated fentanyl, which requires precursors, and Arm's invention of powder xylazine allows them to cut out the cartel's middlemen and sell directly to dealers. For a period of time, this was a real game changer for drug dealers.
They can get it off the internet. They can order it from anywhere. And with search, you don't even have to be in the veterinary, to receive it through the mail. Chinese things.
However, this majorly weakened the control of the cartel had already sent big signs of regions out of being them to move their death sentence to anyone caught receiving or trading powdered Chinese items. This treatment like that is exposed remotely because Philadelphia is so poor. All the cartel has to do is contact the city's gang leaders through private channels. With someone's picture, their name, and address. And I follow the days of immediate threat to that person's life will ensue. Brief contact party tells them they're shocked and broad daylight, killing a 19-year-old man sitting on some steps. From an outside perspective, it may look like gang warfare or just simply black-on-black crime, but it's actually a proxy between Chinese corporations and Mexican drug cartels. For this reason, the advent of Frank in Philadelphia has led to a major spike in homicides, and almost nobody has a bigger target on their head than the Trank brothers. What are your aspirations like for your whole life? So you think you'll get out of the dope game eventually? What do you want to do with your house? Sure, kind of. What's your favorite way to spend money? Like, how do you get it? Like taking girls out to restaurants? What kind of food do you like? Oh, nice. Yeah. Nice. Have you ever tried this stuff? Destroys people's lives and bodies. But on the other hand, even they have caveats that protect them from responsibility and give them an ethical high ground no matter what. For example, they say Trank users don't go through hard withdrawals. Meaning they're providing a less painful experience than the typical fentanyl. However, we learned from Dr. Cartwright this is not true.
The come down from that drug is so powerful that people they'll check themselves out of the hospital and
Necrotizing fasciitis only sets in if you miss a video. Meaning, it's all the fault of the user for not doing it. This is also false.
it's more likely to happen if you miss a day, but regardless, it will occur.
And most interestingly, they say that if they don't do it, someone else will, framing themselves as powerless cogs in the drug machine. I believe that at one point, probably early on, they realized that making Trank was wrong. But after seeing such astronomical profits come in, their brains constructed protective pathways to shield their souls from guilt and flood their conscience with the same affirmation. Yes, what I'm selling is harmful, but if I stop, somebody will take my position. Therefore, it is not wrong for me to profit from this, because even if I abstain from selling it, the market will continue. It all reflects a deeply antisocial, alienated, nihilistic world in which the individual has absolutely no power in influencing or changing the trajectory of a doomed society. Recognizing the spiritual sickness that runs through the veins of this collapsing country, greed, death, and decay become seen as absolutes. And so, the alienated individual figures, they're just temporary placeholders for an omnipresent evil, an evil that will exist with or without. I began to wonder if this psychology was shared excited by them admitting dangerous. For that reason, Kensington is pretty much the #1 homeless YouTube content zone in the country. In fact, there's like 50 YouTube documentaries up right now, just like this one.
Hay un chico que se encuentra mal y a ver si lo puede ayudar.
We all follow pretty much the same marketing strategy. City of zombies, further dehumanizing Americans suffering from necrotizing fasciitis and permanently which also comes as a result of a Chinese psyop on TikTok, best driven by clickbait and shocking keyframes. Upon further investigation, it would appear that Kensington's largest export besides Trank is definitely content, a two-syllable term that represents the transformation of art into a flat commodity, of which value is determined solely by engagement, not quality. Meaning, a content creator can apply the product he sells is bad for society, but so long as the market is
Yeah, got a couple of folks.
see where I'm going with this? The Trank brothers are not the problem. So, yeah, in many ways, much of the content built here does much more harm than it does good.
Well, actually, you shoot that hilarious content. I feel those not for the right intentions. Right? They don't ask the right questions. They just record. They try to get the best video. They try to go viral. Attention to their channel, but the message ain't what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's a lot of virtuals right here. Everybody that walked up is literally from down here. Like literally 20 plus years. Yeah, I lived down here all my life. Premium rap Watching my man high. He don't even rap, but for the camera though, he was nice. Hey, that was fire. Yeah, definitely was, man. So growing up here, what was it like, man?
Hell. If I can describe one word, hell.
What sense?
Niggas' moms dying, niggas dying from
And to be honest,
Before the, early 90s, this used to be a Caucasian neighborhood.
And there was my story. Yes, it was a Caucasian neighborhood. This was Kensington in 1982. You're probably asking yourself, what the hell happened? It's a long story, but let's get into it. As a Philadelphia native myself, who grew up in a neighborhood called Fairmount, just a 15-minute drive from Kensington, I've always been aware of the chaotic, corrupt, and confusing history of Philadelphia. And at some point while discussing the history of Kensington with locals, I realized that was the true story that needed coverage. It's obvious to the naked eye that Kensington is horrifying, but few ask the question, how did it get like this? Unlike San Francisco's Tenderloin, which is mainly a result of neglect and progressive policy, Kensington is a story of police corruption, deep-rooted segregation, and now is the face of a blatant scheme by property developers associated with Temple University, who've laid out a 5-year plan to revitalize the Kensington corridor. 6 blocks down the street from the open-air drug market across Lehigh Avenue, developers have already begun mass buyouts of property, both residential and commercial, and the police, in turn, are helping them to displace homeless people and push them further up the street toward the open-air drug market. With this in mind, it's quite obvious that the city is allowing the open-air drug market to flourish in order to lower property values and drive out local residents and businesses. That way, they can buy it up at a low cost, then begin enforcing drug laws, push addicts further away, and turn Kensington into a full-blown gentrified corridor, complete with juice bars, yoga studios, and so forth. Sounds crazy, but as you'll learn, for Philadelphia, this is regular. Let's go back to the year 1900. Back then, Philadelphia was a cesspool of rough-and-tumble European immigrants from countries like Ireland, Italy, Germany, and beyond. At this time, Philadelphia was 94.5% white and 72% foreign-born. Imagine that. One of these immigrants was my great-great-grandfather, Jeremiah Calais, a poor Irish Catholic farm boy from Cork, Ireland. After the potato famine, Jeremiah hatched a plan to catch a boat to the New World and ended up settling in West Philadelphia in a row home with 7 children and 1 bathroom. Despite overcrowding, Philadelphia became known as the paradise of the skilled worker. Wages were high, and Philadelphia emerged as a center of manufacturing for many industries, but most notably, Kensington was the center of the textile industry, the beanie factory, which employed over 100,000 people in 1915. But after World War I kicked off and the Great Depression followed in 1928, Philadelphia experienced what is called deindustrialization, as factories shut down, and for whatever reason, the textile industry moved to the American South. By 1935, Philadelphia lost 2/3 of all manufacturing jobs, leading to mass unemployment and significant urban decay. Many of these European immigrants, who who believed that America would be paradise found themselves jobless, pissed off. Now, simultaneously, 6 million African Americans were leaving the South, heading north to cities like Chicago, Detroit, and of course, Philadelphia. This was called the Great Migration. This migration drastically changed the demographics of Philadelphia. Now, it's important to remember that before this, 91% of African Americans lived in the South. And while slavery was technically abolished in 1865 after the collapse of the Confederacy, the following decades proved to be no less difficult for Southern blacks. The white, formerly slave-holding majority in the South fought viciously against black integration during the Reconstruction era. They formed organizations like the Ku Klux Klan, a vigilante group of terrorists whose foundational goal was to prevent black Americans from voting or achieving political power. And almost all of the initial KKK members were former Confederate soldiers. And in just 2 decades, they assassinated hundreds of politicians and lynched 4,600 civilians. Sharecropping also was running rampant, and Jim Crow laws were militantly enforced by the police, Klan, and just ordinary white citizens. Anyways, black Southerners had a million reasons to leave the South, so they did. However, when they arrived to Philadelphia, they were not in paradise. They found themselves in a very different, but still quite hostile environment, which makes sense given the fact that they immigrated in the midst of an economic decline and were seen as a threat to job security. In 1939, World War II begins, just as black population in Philadelphia hits 11%. Millions of men, both black and white, go to war. Then, in 1945, the war ends and all the troops come home. President Roosevelt signed something into law called the GI Bill, aka the Servicemen's Readjustment Act, which provides a wide range of benefits for returning veterans. Most importantly, the GI Bill provided low-cost mortgages and generous financial aid that made it possible for almost every returning veteran to afford a nice, new family home. And so, the idea for suburbia was hatched. It's important to remember that at this point in 1944, suburbia, as we know it today, did not exist. There was no cul-de-sacs, strip malls, or sprawling subdivisions surrounding every major U.S. city. There was only really 2 types of areas, urban and rural centers. And as we know, the urban centers were in very bad shape. So, a real estate developer named William J. Levitt and his company, Levitt & Sons, had an idea.
Use the military method to mass-produce homes on old farmland. That way, he can create new communities overnight.
The mass construction of low-cost, low-density residential developments in the rural areas surrounding the cities, particularly Philadelphia, New York, and Boston. These were called Levittown and were built very quickly to accommodate veterans returning home from World War II, which was nearly half of all American males. In fact, Levitt & Sons worked directly with the Veterans Administration to subsidize these mortgage payments. Within the first week, 67,000 veterans, both black and white, applied to live in Levittown.
This is Levittown, Pennsylvania, a new suburban community of 60,000 people, midway between Philadelphia and Trenton, New Jersey.
Yet, 99% of black applicants were denied. Why? It seems pretty unconstitutional, especially given the fact that Levittowns were partnered directly with the VA, but there was nothing the VA could do. Here was the typical experience of a black veteran attempting to apply for a home in Levittown.
With Spot Me, I can overdraft up to $200 fee-free.
Install the Chime app today. I need gas money, but I don't get paid till next week. What should I do?
Don't even stress about it. Just download the...
Rashad McCann said he could guard Brandon Jennings. I wanted to say something about that. Brandon Jennings was a product. And any given time. B. Jennings was really like that. Not saying Rashad McCann used to be like that. Hard.
Yeah, for sure. No disrespect.
But in an NBA game, Brandon Jennings would fry Rashad.
I saw the 55-point game.
Yeah,
I watched
it. I've guarded Brandon Jennings, bro. He would, bro, off that pick and roll, bro, he was filthy.
Nah, cold, bro. Shout out to B. Jennings for sure, but I didn't know if they was talking about a one-on-one or he was just strictly talking about you can't guard me. Because for real, prime time Rashad McCants, I don't know what he be on now on the show. Yeah. He kind of say it's really for like clickbait or whatever.
Yeah.
Going against super against the grain, but on some hoop shit. And not because I'm a big UNC fan, but nah, bro, he was that deal, bro.
Nah, he was cold, bro. He's the first nigga I used to see jump off the right leg, dunk with the left. I used to be like, damn, he cold.
Rashad McCants, I can vouch for the nigga game for sure.
Nah, he was cold. He's still cold. If they talking about one-on-one, that's different.
Yeah, it's different, because size makes it different.
Yeah. But, game, if he got matched up with Brandon Jennings,
Rashad McCants wasn't even known as no defender, though. That's what I'm saying.
Food,
Wow,
and Brandon Jennings was definitely known as a scorer.
Yeah, he's cooking him.
And what's crazy is that, like, if he hadn't got hurt, he was about to get paid in Detroit.
Yeah.
He's about to get paid.
He was going to be an all-star the year he got hurt. He was cooking. I remember I used to watch the stats. I'm like, I got to outdo B. Jennings because he's going to take my all-star. Like,
yeah. He was one of the most explosive guards I ever seen.
But that motherfucker used to score that bitch. I remember my rookie year, nigga, we played him in the playoffs. He was playing for the Bucks. And he was torturing Bibby and them. Like, he was cooking. We thought we was going to lose the series. We ended up winning. Yeah. But he took it. Luis can clip it. He was on a fast break. He went behind his back by Bibby and laid it in, and he ran by the bench, and he was like, you better get in, nigga. You better get in. These old motherfuckers can't fuck with me, and kept running up the court. And, nigga, I'm not even close to getting in the game. I'm at the end of the bench with no insoles in. Like, I know I ain't getting in. Like, that's how I damn near ain't have my shorts on. I think I was in my drawers. And, oh, my mama, I think I had my shorts on.
Yeah, you was Mike Beasley.
I knew I wasn't getting in there. I think I had on my regular street clothes under my warm-up. Like, nigga, as soon as this game over, I'm ripping my breakaways and going to the crib. And I seen that, and I was like, damn, this nigga, he gone. He the one, you know what I mean? Like,
he was special, bro.
Yeah, bro. And, like, as much as people talk about Curry, there is no Under Armour basketball without Brandon Jennings.
Facts, and that's why Curry a real nigga for collabing with him, man, bro. They doing that shit together. That's hard, bro. Come back and grab you a nigga like that, pause, but...
Yeah, and we all got drafted at the same time.
Yeah,
same year.
Curry a real one for that. When B. Jennings said that on the arena show, I was like, that's hard, bro.
Yeah, that's love.
He real for
that. That bag like that, bro, that's different.
Real nigga shit, bro.
He definitely popped off that Under Armour shit.
Hell yeah, bro.
I used to laugh when that nigga was wearing them shits. Like, them shits is weak as fuck, and I'll never forget that nigga said $500K. No bullshit. But, nigga, I know he was getting money, nigga. We was doing our workouts. Shout out to B. Jennings, nigga. And this is when he talked shit about Ricky Rubio. We in Minnesota, and he had a Louis Vuitton book bag. Nigga, we all looking at the book bag like that shit. Some shit we ain't never seen before. We just looking at his book bag like, damn. Like, you got a Louis Vuitton book bag? I ain't know what the fuck it was. You know me, from Nap, nigga. I ain't never seen that. Nigga, I had Nike shit.
That was his overseas thing.
Yeah. He coming in with the workout Louis Vuitton bag. Niggas just looking at the bag like, damn, this nigga got money already. Like, damn. And that nigga was just cool as hell, man. Shout out to him, man. I can't wait to do a show with him.
Oh, yeah, man. Shout out to them boys. Hey, Brandon Jennings walks so another ball can run, bro, because he was that first nigga went overseas and made that play like that.
He changed he changed every way draft process worked.
Facts.
Like, not going to college, taking your challenge overseas, LaMelo, Emmanuel Mudiay, all them niggas. Stuff.
Damn, B. Jennings, you a sniper, boy.
Oh, nah.
The lineage.
The lineage is golden.
Respect.
Yeah, a lot of you was Ray J in the NBA. Shout out to you, my nigga. We can discuss that on the show. But
yeah, we gonna say that point of the conversation.
Nah, for sure.
My boy legendary, man. Shout out to him, man.
Off the court.
The real bucket.
Baby Wilton.
You a fool. I ain't been speaking of some hoop shit. Damn, the Knicks and Raptors cracking off all the moves is about to fuck up the rest of the NBA this year. Everybody kept talking about the Knicks gave up too much, but I feel like they didn't give a fuck. They got the player they wanted. Like, OG Anunoby is way better than RJ Barrett.
I don't like that they gave him Emmanuel quickly. He was averaging 15, almost 16 points off the bench.
I hate that, but they weren't trying to resign him either.
They wasn't. I mean, I take defense, so it gives him a chance to flourish a little more. Maybe he come off the bench and be a six-man role. Josh Hart get the ball a little more, have a chance to.
I just hope Emmanuel get the same opportunity.
He will.
That's all.
He's gonna get in Toronto, he damn near gonna be like one of their go-to players.
Yeah, he's gonna.
You got Schroeder. They're gonna build around Scotty Barnes for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And you still got Pascal. They probably won't re-sign. They probably gonna trade Pascal.
Come to the 317, bro.
And they gonna rock out with Emmanuel Quickly and Scotty Barnes. They gonna start building that team around them.
Yeah,
they should. I like Emmanuel Quickly. He's nice.
I feel like I don't think he's there, but I feel like him and Tyrese Maxey could have mirrored careers had he had got the same opportunities in a different situation. I don't think he's as good, but I feel like he could have had that type of an impact on the team. I mean, he does still, obviously, nigga average like 14, 15, but I feel like if he had more touches and opportunity, he could have kind of did some of that shit. I know he's not as gifted offensively as Tyrese, but shit, I remember watching them together in Kentucky, and I'm like, yeah, they might go in the league and fuck some shit up.
I mean, he's still like that. Like, ain't no slight to him. He like that, but Tyrese Maxey is just like,
different. Yeah.
He like he a star, like almost damn near a superstar. What he average like 25, 26?
That's up there.
He
like great at the best time.
Yeah,
max deal this summer
for sure. But he been that like high school. He been that. So it's like, but me and Quickly been that too. But it's just like it's just a little
bit different.
Yeah, a little different.
Pat brought this up, but do you feel like we don't give a fuck about Joel Embiid killing because we know they don't never get rest in the second round? Because he killing this year again.
Yeah, I don't be caring about winning. Y'all know I'll be locked into the player. Joel, that dude, bro.
Nah, he did, bro. He like that.
He the best big in the league?
Yeah, no matter how old he really is, bro.
Ooh,
he not better than Jokic.
I'm rolling him with Jokic, too.
Nah, I'm Embiid.
Bro, Jokic like that, bro.
Jokic is special. Jokic averaged 9 assists in the NBA.
Jokic ain't even playing for real, bro. He's not even playing for real.
He averaged 9 assists.
That nigga really don't be playing for real because he don't want to win MVP no more. That's crazy.
He don't want that attention no more.
Yeah, like, bro, I don't even want to play for real because I don't want to win the MVP. I don't want to do all that extra shit. I just want to go see my horses after the season. I want to win the championship and go be with my horses.
Nigga, if you talking about Kawhi anti, nah, Jokic is anti.
That nigga real life don't like people.
But I think Jokic is anti to the public. He cuts a fool on the end.
You keep on asking me.